definition of vampires. My friend Raihan will talk about the Western version of vampires. Anis will talk about the Malay version of vampires, and Alia and Shafika will touch on the Islamic perspective and Western perspective. Hope you enjoy our video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Noorila binti Ahmad Rabbani, and today I would like to share with you the definition, characteristics, and habits of vampires. First and foremost, what is a vampire? A vampire is a mythical being who succeeds by feeding on the life essence, mostly in form of blood, of living creatures. For example, like humans, animals, and other things. And moving on to the characteristic of a vampire. They were often described as bloated and of ruddy or dark countenance, and often being seen with a pale skin color, and they also often wore shrouds. And lastly, the habits of a vampire. Vampires like to visit their loved one, for example, their wife, their lovers, or their family. And they also often cause mischief or death in the neighborhood that they used to live when they were alive. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.
And I'm going to present you the Puntianak in Malay folklore. So, if America has Edward Cullen as their vampire, the Malay has Puntianak. What is Puntianak? Puntianak is actually a combination of perempuan, mati, beranak. So basically, Puntianak is actually a woman who died during their childbirth. How do they appear in front of humans? It was a mystery. But of course, lots of news and sources told us that they appear in form of a beautiful woman with a pale skin, long hair, and white clothes, wandering around late at night. They are beautiful from far, but once you go near them, they're going to turn into horrendous monsters. How to detect Puntianak? Let me tell you a secret. There are 3 ways to detect Puntianak. The first one will be through the baby cries. If the baby cries is faint, it means that there are big chances that Puntianak are near you. So beware. But if the baby cries is loud and clear, you're safe. The Puntianak is still far away. The second one is through the dog howling. Same event, same occurrence. If the dog howling is loud and clear, it means that the Puntianak is far away. But if it's faint, watch out, you better get your shoes ready to run. And the third one will be from the floral fragrance. Puntianak really love to go outside and make a floral fragrance, but once you go near to them, it turns into a horrid stench. So there's a saying from our ancestors that say, never leave your dry clothes outside overnight. Why? Because Puntianak actually detected their victims through the dry clothes that we left outside for hanging. Seems that our ancestors got it right this time. How do Puntianak divorce its victims? For women, they usually rip out their stomachs and divorce the organs. But unfortunately for men, especially the one that they have vengeance to, they rip out their sexual organs too. Watch out for the men out there. How to get away or fend off the Puntianak? Let me tell you a secret. There are 2 ways to fend off Puntianak. The first one will be to drive up a nail into the nape of their necks. And if you manage to do that, and you have courage enough to do that, they will turn into a beautiful woman and probably could be your next wife. The second one will be the banana trees. There's a secret to banana trees. There's a saying that say that Puntianak actually live in banana trees during the day before they go out in the night time. Gather a red thread, put it around the banana trees, and tie it with your bed. Sleep with it for overnight, and if you succeed and survive the night, then Puntianak will be yours. Extra notes. In these American cases, if vampires suck out your blood, you will become immortal. But no, this is not happening in Malay folklore. Apparently, if you get beaten or eaten by Puntianak, you will die. So, let's just save ourselves alive, okay? Thank you for listening. Let's moving on to the next presentation.
Malay version, we have Maya Karim. So in the Western version, we have
Edward Cullen.
yes, Edward Cullen. So he's a famous Twilight guy who would save his female female hero slash Bella Swan from all evil forces. So that's what kids think nowadays. Unfortunately, the real vampires are not that hero kind of figure. They're more evil and dark and evil. So anyway, I'll introduce to you two vampires. One is Vlad the Impaler, second is Elizabeth Bathory. So they're both evil, so let's listen to me, okay? So Vlad the Impaler, he was born in Wallachia. Wrong fact. He was born in somewhere, I don't remember, but in the year 1431, and he died early. He did not live long. He died at the age of 45 years old. Apparently he died in war, I guess. So just like his nickname states, Vlad the Impaler, his favorite way of disposing his enemies were impaling his enemies. Well, he would go horizontally or vertically. He would impale them by impaling them by a large stick and go horizontally from their anus and pop up through their heads if he went horizontally. So anyway, they would suffer for days and they had to suffer a slow death, which is so bad. And that's about Vlad the Impaler. Now let's go to Elizabeth Bathory. So she was a Romanian countess, and yeah, she was evil in the sense that she loved and found joy and happiness by torturing her peasants. It would range from beating them, that's the lightest one, and the most evil one is like piercing through their nails and like drowning them through ice cold water and let them die. So eventually their people hate her, so they walled her at her own castle, and eventually she died. And so basically that's both of the vampires. In conclusion, the real vampires are not the hero kind of Edward Cullen kind of vampire. They're evil. That's all. Thank you.
My name is Nurul Ala bin Zubair, and here I am today to explain to you, I want to compare between Muhammad Al-Fatih and also Vlad the Impaler, which is you have to impart a good thing from Islamic perspective, okay? First thing first, a responsible leader. Yes, he is a responsible leader. Why? He has those characteristics inside of his body, like it's all it is. But you know, but the Prophet Muhammad mentioned in the hadith that it is glad tidings, like it were to come someday, a great leader, and also the leader had the best army of all. You know, who is the best leader that Rasulullah mentioned? He is Muhammad Al-Fatih, also known as Muhammad the Conqueror. Okay. You know, his success story began like he managed to take the Constantinople, and then he changed the Constantinople into Istanbul, which means the house of Muslim. And then come the secular leader in the future from this year, and then he changed it into Istanbul. You know what he did after he conquered the Constantinople is he changed the church into mosque. What church? It is Hagia Sophia. He changed it to mosque, and now it became a museum. And just so you know, if you were to impart it with Vlad the Impaler is very he used violence. He impaled people. If you were to compare Muhammad Al-Fatih, he has the good side of him, like he's the best leader of all. Last but not least, please support Muhammad Al-Fatih. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Shabika binti Muhammad Nasir, and I will share on the different perspective between traditional point of views and modern point of views about vampires. So, during ancient Greeks and Romanian eras, somewhere between 15th century, they believe that vampires are actually revenants who or the human corpse that come back from their death to harm the living. They will cause chaos, riots, and they will, cause mass hysteria, something like that. So people who had committed big sin during their life are more likely to be a vampire after their death. Um, People who had committed sin are, they are not being accepted by the God, so their souls are, are wandering, sucking blood to quench their thirst, like that. So people who had committed suicide or murdered other people, or especially people who had practiced black magic, they are more likely to be a vampire, because like as we can see in dramas like Merlin and so on, they are very against people who are practicing black magic, right? So maybe this is one reason why they are very anti to people who had practiced black magic. So also, people during traditional times, they believe that vampires are very, very, very sensitive to garlics, sunlight, and silvers. And it has been said that they cannot have any contact with with these materials, or else they will burn. So, moving on to the modern perspective, as we are, developed in science and technology, like that scientists had come out with this theory saying that vampires are actually a human with, you know a new species of human, but resulting from human mutation, something like that. So I don't know how to explain this, but you know um as you see, people nowadays are very different kind of people, people with very uh kind of strange, you know strange traits, like that. So maybe that's what the scientists trying to say. The vampires are actually people, a human, just that they have this kind of different personalities from the normal people, something like that. Or another theory that the scientists came out with was vampires are actually normal people like us, only with different blood with blood disorders. Okay, blood disorders. And blood disorders. I mean, as we can see, like in Twilight, the Cullens, they are all very pale and something like that. And I think, yeah, maybe it has something to do with the blood themselves. They are having anemia or something. We don't know yet. Okay, so um however, till this very day, it has both of the claims has neither of the claims has yet to be proved. So it cannot be said that vampires are actually a normal human with blood disorders, or a new species or something like that. So it's still a mystery till this very day. But if it were to me, if I were to give my own opinion, I would be more agreeable to the traditional perspective. But somehow people who are more, some people may tend to not to disagree with the existence of spirits or something like that, so they will go on with the modern perspective. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.